चंद्राय राधिकाय तदालये कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंदगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामनि गौरात्वेषे नमः। श्री चैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवास आदि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, you are all welcome for our Bhakti Shastri study of Nectar of Instruction by Srila Guru Goswami. We were discussing verse number 2, which is also six activities that endanger devotion. अत्यहार प्रयासश्च प्रजल्पो नियमाग्रहः जनसंगश्च लौल्यं च षडभिर्भक्तिर्विनश्यति। Shadbhir Bhakti Vinashyati means these six are going to destroy the bhakti if we are not vigilant for three. What are these three? Bhakti Vinod Thakur writes, the first half of this, the third verse, the second verse, right? That is the second. This is first verse. It also has Atihar Pryasis Prajalako, Nemagrah Sangatyagas, Lolyam Cha Shadvidhi Bhaktir Vinashyati. So, Atihar, we have discussed. Atihar means overeating and over-collecting. Also, atihar means excess use of all senses for sense objects. And to control this is okay, the theme of this verse was throughout the simple living, high thinking. And this picture, you know, three energies. We are marginal energy, we have choice. Well, either we should go under the shelter of internal potency, then we become Mahatma and practice devotional service, and if we go to the external energy, then we act as a Duratma, and then we will be indulged in sense gratification. So this is the option. And you have a question: who is Mahatma and who is Duratma? Three miseries everybody knows: Adi, Bhautik, Adhyatmik, Om. Four main problems of conditional life is very clear to everybody. Concept of Adhyar, Bhaktivinoda Thakur says what we have discussed. These are the five senses, and excess use of these senses is Adhyar. Not only tongue, all other senses. And this is the way to control those. We have this section already. So now, root cause of Atyahar, Bhaktivinoda Thakur. What is the root cause of Atyahar? Emptiness of the heart. Is misdirected by three things. Why the heart is empty? Because we don't have Krishna in the heart. Therefore, their heart is vacant, which is bereft of Krishna consciousness. No Krishna consciousness, heart is vacant. And then who is going to fill the heart? These three things. Over collecting, overeating, and many degrees. Many degrees to fill the brain. Head. Overeating to fill the belly. And over collecting to fill the house. So this is the root cause of Atyahar. What do you think? Where we stand? Is our hand also empty? We want to collect more things in our house? Yes. Overeating, maybe you may not be too much indulgent overeating, possibly, but many degrees, yes. This is also another desire everybody has, and this is all Atyahar. Then prayas, endeavor. Generally over endeavor means because you need more things for your senses, so you need more to do more work. Very natural. If you need extravagant life, then you have to work extra time. So there are different type of endeavors or prayas. The bhoga prayas for enjoyment, mental or physical. Gras means physical, subtle means mental. And the jnana prayas for same thing, many degrees, many books, so many things. Karma prayas, doing so many yajna and pujas for self-aggrandizement. What is that? Aggrandizement, and for some material benefits. Then Ashtanga prayas for mystic opulences, siddhis of the yoga. Then Vairaga prayas, Falgu Vairag, giving up everything of this material world, even those which can be used to the service of Krishna, they give up. And the one prayas which we should do is bhakti prayas. Anukula Krishna Anusilana. Anything which is favorable for bhakti we should do. And give up sort of pride, arrogance, me and mine, all these things we should give up because they are not helpful for bhakti. Prayas, there are two ways to live. If you want really to have nice prayas, then live a Vedic life. If you want want to have more endeavor, then live a modern materialistic life. Basically, nobody is living Vedic life. Everybody is living materialistic, modern life. But if you want to live the natural Vedic life, then it should be God-centered, high living, and simple living and high thinking. So here it is God-conscious high living. High living means living for higher purpose. The high thinking, it should be high thinking, right? God-centered is high thinking, so we have to correct this. The life which is God-centered must be high thinking. Living high means living in Krishna consciousness, like practicing devotion. And high thinking means thinking of highest personality, Krishna. Simple living means living just to maintain the body and soul to practice devotional service. And therefore, this type of life is based on land and cows. Prabhupada wanted actually that every temple should have some land and some cows. They should produce their own grains. They should have their own milk products, ghee and everything, and live peacefully. Only you have to buy salt, something, not more than that. If you have sesame seed, you can have your own oil. If you have peanuts, you have peanut oil. If you say mustard, you have mustard oil. You can have all these natural things naturally without machines and live just peacefully. And you have not to go from one place to other place, just every day traveling 3-4 hours. No traffic jam, no problem. This is Vedic life. But ISKCON is not actually successful in this Vedic way of life. Though Prabhupada wanted that 50% of my work is unfinished. And that 50% is to train the devotees to live a Vedic style of life, simple thinking, simple living and high thinking. We wanted that we should have the farm communities. There are 2-3 small examples trying to do it, but it's not a mainstream ISKCON agenda. But what we are living is, we are not living without God consciousness. We are living with God consciousness. Other people are not living, but produce many unnecessary, unwanted things that also we are doing. We are not living on land and cows. We are getting everything from factories. Anything we are getting from unnatural sources. And therefore, for livelihood, people travel from one place to other place. Everybody, all our congregation is traveling 2-3 hours every day to go to work and come back. Ultimately, it is the time allotted to us which is wasted without Krishna consciousness. But some devotees are very wise. One devotee I know, he was in the Middle East. On traffic jam, on red lights, he memorized whole Bhagavad Gita. There's a red light, you have to stand, so he has Bhagavad Gita going on and he used to memorize. And he memorized whole Bhagavad Gita on red lights. So you can good use of the bad bargain. Devotees listen on their traffic jam lectures, so they are not in anxiety. There's a bad bargain, but they live good use of that. So tourists.
I wanted to ask, so you were saying about the land and cows, but practically in the West, in places like Canada, it's not possible because like more than half of the year there's snow.
More than half?
There's snow.
Snow.
Now
Because of their karma.
No, that's what I understand, but how can, so it's not possible.
They are born there because of their karma, Prabhupada said. What can we do?
But I was born here, it's just I live there. But what I'm saying is devotees there, how can they implement this simple living system there when it's not possible?
Hare Krishna. इसकी मैं मैंने फुल हो गई है इसको खाली कर दें फिर मैं बाहर इसमें डालेंगे आपका कोई आगे हो रहा है कि नहीं देख बात नहीं अभी नहीं होगी बाहर चलेगा दोनों Hare Krishna. So we have in India also for 6 months the all holy places in Himalaya are closed because there is snow there. So nobody lives there. They come down. They only go 6 months there. This is what is happening in whole this Uttarakhand, the state of Uttarakhand. I have been in the Himalayas 6 months. Some places are for 6 months. Some places are. I'm giving class. Who is there? Hare Krishna. So cultivation of cow may not be practical at that time there. So this is anyway the things according to time, place and circumstances. We have to adjust things according to time, place and circumstances. What can be done there, what in Russia, because of the snowfall, there's a lot of, snow is there, so earth is completely filled with water. So they put the wheat, and as soon as the summer comes, the wheat comes out. And they have cows, and they keep them cows, and they have cows milk, they have cows ghee only, they have no other mixture there. So, and that country is the coldest country, and it's possible if you want to do that. It is possible. Only we should have a desire.
The way that they do it in Canada also is that it's not just small land that you can do it on. It's like 500 acres, 1,000 acres that the farmers do it. So the temple, none of the temples have that much money in the first place. So they can't do such a big scale.
We are actually in kindergarten. This movement is in kindergarten actually. What is 65, 60 years for any movement? Nothing. We are two beginners in our practices. It takes thousands of years for this, some culture to flourish. So we are second generation here. If by third generation we are serious, we can accomplish many things. If we are really committed, that is possible. This first generation has actually made the foundation. Second generation, we are trying to build the structure. But the fine touches will be done by third generation. So this is what I conceive if the second generation is serious, which is not. Because our children are not trained in this system. So then we are failure. If we are committed to send our children in this system, then things can change. This second generation, if they are dedicated to hand over the children to this system of living, then there is a possibility of revolution in the world. A simple living, I thinking a revolution. But this needs really a good leadership and commitment. It's possible, but there's nobody dedicated to this right now. except 1 or 2%. So, also there is an over endeavor in religion. People are religious simply for getting extravagance. More money, more facilities, more blessings, that's all. The religion is not for liberation. So that is the over endeavor in religion. Dharma priyasa. Then prajalapa is of these varieties in our book. Jalap means talking, prajalap means useless talking, meaningless talking. And this is reading newspaper, magazine and novels. Everybody get up in the morning, first they get is newspaper, and there's nothing new in that. It's only same things, new men and new place. News is same. Somebody died, there was an accident, it was last time there, now it is there. There was a corruption, last time there, there. Same thing, new place, new person, but the news is same. So useless, but every house gets newspaper. I was thinking people read newspaper because newspaper marketing agenda is so powerful, they get up 4 o'clock. Even midnight, 12 o'clock, they collect the paper. They transport it. They have people, they go by Mangal Arati to throw newspaper in the houses. So if we have devotees getting up early morning, getting the back to God and magazines and throwing up in people's house, we can also be successful, but we are not doing this. They are all doing in a cycle. Prabhupada was distributing his books on cycle, magazine on cycle. So actually we are not commented. We cannot claim why people are reading magazine because our newspaper were not able to reach to them. And then it's solving crossword, which is many people just whole day doing that. Doing many other nonsensical things. What are those? Playing cards, all old age people sitting outside for 4 or 5 hours just playing cards. Watching TV is in modern days. A one-eyed demon, also. One-eyed demon is television. And the antenna, somebody asked a Sanskrit scholar, teacher, what is antenna in Sanskrit? He said, Kali Dwaja, a flag of Kali Yuga. Like you have a Garud Dwaj for Vishnu, Garud Dwaj for Vishnu, like Krishna's, and the Kapi Dwaj for Arjun's. So anybody who has an antenna is a Kali Dwaj, is a flag of Kali Yuga. It means Kali Yuga is having his full nourishment in that house. Catching fish for old people sometimes. Debate about useless socio-political schemes. There are many more things now. Because at that time when Prabhupada was writing this, there was no mobile phones. Now so many things. Playing games in mobile phone is so common. In flight we see the executives sitting on the first rows. Only they do is doing the games in their phone. No other business. So there are many more things also, which is Prajalapa. And godless Prajalapa, Bhakti Vinod Thakur said, those that useless talks, means talks about the politics and social things about people every day. He went there, he did that. This is all nonsense. Arguments for nothing. Who will win cricket match? Argument. What is the benefit? Gossip, speaking about somebody, something without knowing anything. Debates for just like Keshav Kashmir, just debating for defeating somebody and becoming enjoy that type of debates. Fault finding with others. Most of the time, we find fault in others. Speaking falsehood means in this, what you call false propaganda about something. Blaspheming devotees also present. Worldly talks are also present. Jana Sanghasya. Srila Prabhupada writes, associating with person not interested in Krishna consciousness this is Jana Sangha. Association with those, this is the second line Prabhupada says, we need association. So people in a business have their own societies for their association, like Stock Exchange and Chamber of Commerce. Similarly, we have established ISKCON. So now, at this stage, I am giving you one hint. From now onward, or even from the first verse, you find out Prabhupada's mood and mission, which means a nectar of instruction. What is the mood and mission of Prabhupada? ISKCON is for what purpose? So you put all things together, then it will become a small essay. Prabhupada's mood and mission and different purpose of the verses of nectar of instruction. Like this verse says, the purpose of the ISKCON is to give people an opportunity to associate with those who have not forgotten Krishna. So in this way, in whichever purpose you get a statement, ISKCON is for this purpose. That is mood and mission of Prabhupada, or it is the purpose of ISKCON. Whatever the way question comes, you should have a full list of the quotation from purport for this. Okay? Somebody should do this exercise and come up. Everybody should have this. This may be this is one of the question in old question bank.
Here also we have question number 27.
What it says?
Verse 4. Verse 4.
Question number 27 says, drawing from various purposes of Upadesha Amrit, describe how Srila Prabhupada defined ISKCON's purpose. Okay, this is the question, right? So now what you do is, just keep a one page in your copy separate. Whichever purport is come, write verse number so, purport, paragraph number so. Then at least then next time you open and write all those things when you have a time. Like now you write down in a corner verse number 2 and purport, paragraph number so and so. Then it will be easy for you to recall these things. And at the top you write purpose of ISKCON by Prabhupada. Then you will have a list of the things. Then you have not. Otherwise, it's very difficult to whole day, look for these things. Okay, the shloka 4. This is also Jan Sanghas. If we exchange the 6 things of the verse 4 with non-devotees, then it is also Jan Sangha. Yes. Okay. Who are the worldly people with whom we should not associate? These worldly people are 7 kinds: Mayavadi and atheist, sense enjoyer, hence karmis. Those who fond of sense enjoyer, basically they are only friend with those who are having this type of parties and this type of functions, they go there. Women as a source of enjoyment, this mentality, and womanize those people who are of that mentality. The hypocritically devout means those who look like devotee, but inside they are not devotee. They show bottle devotees. I know one devotee. He was going with me for a program. He has a japa bead, but there is no japa mala. He put his hand inside, but there is no mala. I know him. There's other devotee, so when I meet him, I only say, is there mala? inside. So there are devotees, they say we are devotees, but they are not devotees. They have some ulterior motive. Many devotees come and stay for 10 years and it's count very seriously. But what is their ulterior motive? To go to Europe and America. They are looking for the opportunities, the way they can go to West and earn money. They look like a nice devotees, but once they go there, after 2 years they leave the devotion, they just go and work in the market and they earn money. Very common. And some just come to marry some Western girl. There are devotees, they are so serious, looking like good pujari, brahmachari, but the whole object is to attract somebody. So these are the hypocritically devout. They have some other agenda.
Among these all we can recognize,
What?
we can see and we can recognize them.
Within?
All the others we can recognize, but this hypocritically devout we cannot recognize, like he is hypocritically. So how?
There is a description in Bhagavatam that the devotees are governed by 3 modes of material nature. Those are mode of ignorance, they always fight with people, they find fault with people. Those devotees who are mode of patience, they only look for benefit. But those are good and mode of goodness, we only associate with them and only respect others. So such type of devotee we should not associate at least. That's the topic. And then the ill-behaved, foolish outcast. This is completely like hunters, like you can say like snake charmer. This type of people, they are doing so many horrible things to the animals. And these are people that are ill-behaved, foolish outcast. It means they are out of Vedic system. They are like butchers, this type of people doing all the dacoits, this ill-behaved, no culture, out of Vedic culture basically. Now this is Anuvritti explanation, which means Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati spoke. The 4 kind of atyaharis. Over endeavoring, 4 over endeavoring. Who are they? Too much endeavor to acquire knowledge on the part of mental speculators or dry philosophers, which means jnanis, means those who are simply looking for knowledge, and those who are in different philosophies. Endeavor of philosophical speculation to write volumes. They only read, now they write. They write the volumes of such books without Krishna consciousness. Then the work of karmis who write volumes of book on economical development, how to make money. Every day you find, in 1 week you earn so much. These are the messages coming in your mobile now. Do like this, do. These are the people, atyaharis. They simply interested in possessing more and more material. Rich man, that's a story. Rich man becoming cobbler. They don't know what is the next life. This is the topic, Nemagra. Now, Niyama Agraha. Niyama means rule. There's 2 words, Agraha and Agraha. Agraha means only attached to rules without knowing the principle or purpose. Only following rule, just for following rule without knowing the purpose and principle of that rule. Number 2, name Agraha. One is Agra, one is Agra. Here you see the meaning. Name Agraha, eagerness to accept rules without knowing principle. And Agraha, failure to accept rules because is not able to follow, because of laziness or because of some other reason is not able to follow. But both are not favorable for devotion. One devotee came to me say, well, I am following Chaturmasya. Every day they are giving Charanamrit which has milk. I have to fast from milk. What do you think? Is he right? You should not take Charanamrit? Huh?
You should take
Is that there is a milk, there is also yogurt, and you have to fast from the both. But the principle is that you accept Charanamrit, there is a higher rule. So you can break the lower, now this is the rule. You can break the lower rule for higher rule. You can break the lower rule, but the lower rule is don't take milk in Chaturmasya. Higher rule is take Charanamrit. Taking Charanamrit is high, and how much Charanamrit one should take? 3 drops. So is he taking really milk? No. He's not taking Charanamrit to drink milk. You know, that is a wrong concept. One devotee asked me this question. But Nirjala Ekadashi, even Nirjala Ekadashi, if somebody gave you Charanamrit and you take it, then you, there is one devotee, a Acharya, he went to Jagannath Puri. Somebody gave him Jagannath Prasad on Ekadashi, and it was great. Now if he dishonor Prasad, offense. If he eat Prasad, again offense. So what he did is, whole night he was glorifying the Prasad. What a Lord is so merciful that he sent somebody with this Prasad. This Prasad purified the consciousness. This Prasad is none different than God. Till it becomes 6 o'clock when to break the Ekadashi, then he honored the Prasad. So the point is, he has not broken either rule. So similarly, if you get Charanamrit, then you just honor it and put on the head. Because the mantra of Charanamrit says, Dharyami Am. Sur se Dharyami. It doesn't say I drink. It says, Akala Mrityuharanam Sarvyadhi Vinashanam Vishnu Padotkam Pitva. Sur se Dharyami Am. When I have drunk and then I am putting on my head. So you just touch the Charanamrit on your head. That's it. And even you sip, there is no problem. You will, by taking Charanamrit, you are not breaking Ekadashi if it is 3 drops. If you take a glass of Charanamrit, then it is not a problem. You understand? Huh? Amrish Maharaj took the water just to break the Ekadashi. Yes, that is, Krishna was not in the favor of Durvasa, he was in favor of even Amrish. After breaking, he was okay. So even, I observe Nirjala Ekadashi because I have to take medicine. And that medicine is essential for me to live. So I have to take a drop of, obviously, at least as much as water needed to swallow medicine. So I am breaking the rule. I'm not drinking whole day. I'm not eating. But I have to live to serve. So these are the type. You have not to be strict to the rules without knowing the principle. Principle. I have to give class 4 hours. One time with Prabhupada, some devotees came back from some traveling at 4 o'clock. Next class was Ekadashi. He said, Prabhupada, we are hungry. Tomorrow Ekadashi. Prabhupada said, if you have tomorrow some service, then better you eat and do your service. Rather than in the name of Ekadashi, all day sleep. So principle is, you can break the lower rules for higher rule. So some rules can be avoided if we have really to preach. Like, this is a rule in a Vedic system. No sannyasi should travel overseas. They should never cross ocean. This is a rule. Still in Madhva Sampradaya, no sannyasi ever crossed the ocean till now. If somebody, then he's out of that Sampradaya. It's a rule. But Prabhupada traveled, for 1 month he was on the sea. Higher purpose. So this rule he broke for higher purpose. So this is, he was not following nemagra. He was not attached only to the rules. And he was attached to the principle. The principle is to obey the order of a spiritual master is more important than following some rule. So this is one aspect of name agra. Existing and following rule without knowing the purpose. So many examples you can give. Somebody can give some example?
Srila Prabhupada did something for marriage. Sannyasi should not perform marriage.
Yes, sannyasi should not indulge in marriage. Prabhupada arranged marriages. So, this is the name agra. So, he was not attached to this type of name agra.
Prabhupada instructed those devotees that they were not getting any vegetarian food. Devotees are not getting vegetarian food to eat, then Prabhupada said, eat meat and fish.
Well, there is only once Prabhupada said something like that. If you have to preach to the Eskimos high up in the snow for 6 months, there's nothing to eat. No problem if you can make people Krishna conscious, then you can eat meat. This is what sometimes Prabhupada said. I don't know. Even once Giriraj Maharaj once came to Prabhupada from Chennai and said that one advocate, there is one judge, a magistrate. He's ready to follow our rules and become your disciple, but he's not able to give up tea. Prabhupada said, no problem, we can initiate him. Then Krishna, when he will give up. So the rules should not overrule the principle. There is a name agra, and nam agra. Well, when I'm going to the party, people will say, what is this dhoti, kurta, tilak? I should go in 3-piece pant. So this is ignoring the rule for not a spiritual purpose, for mental satisfaction. There is a name agra. Avoiding the rule. I don't want to put tilak when I go to the office. What is wrong? These are the things, we don't do it because what people say. So this is called name agra.
Recently, today morning only, I had a conversation with one of my town devotee girl. She is teaching in a convent school. Recently, she got appointed over there, and as principal's sister, with the sister, she went and said, "Don't put this tilak from you."
I know, they say that. Then their parents go there. Then why you are putting necktie on these boys? What is wrong with them in this hot season? Why to suffocate them? This is the sign of Jesus Christ. What we have to do with this? Go and talk with them. What is the need of this necktie for a 5-year-old child going to the school? Tell me, what is the use?
Why are you looking at me?
Huh? What? What did you say?
I'm not responsible for it.
No, I said this is good tie just to use your nose cleaning purpose, no other purpose. This small piece is for that purpose, for children, no other big business. Why should he wear that? That's my question. But we have fool number one. When I was teaching in Karachi, I was not having sikha for some time. Then my professor, he was Muslim, and he has a big beard, no mustaches, no hair. I said, when senior than me, my professor, medical, he can keep the beard, why should I not keep the sikha? What's the problem in that? So earlier I was like, nam agra, I'm avoiding the rule of scripture for just acceptance in the society. But then that person is accepted in his society, what's the problem with me? I should can do that also. So I went next weekend for the barber, he saw the bunch here. Said, what is this? I said, my eyesight is weak. Therefore, this is actually taking the energy from sun and enlightening me from inside. So next time I went to him, he has 2 sikhas. I said, what is this? He said, my both eyes are weak. I was having this, my japa bead in my neck. I was coming out of my office of medical college. In those days, devotees used to keep the revolver and Mauser. It was a bad time of education there. So he hugged me and he said, what is this, sir? I saw the Mauser. I said, what is this, boy? He said, this is Mauser. I said, how many bullets? He said, 8. I think I have 108. I have my revolver. You have your revolver. It means you want to keep these things with you as a rules. Nobody can stop you if you are bold. It means you should not give up rule for some social acceptance, but you can give up rule in certain situations. Like Western sannyasi going to Middle East, he cannot go in sannyasi dress. Indian devotee can go because he can be sannyasi. Swaminarayan sannyasi go in a sannyasi dress to Dubai, Abu Dhabi, everywhere. So Indian devotee can go like that, well, no problem. But Western devotee go like that is not accepted. So they can wear the trousers. As long as they are with the airport, then when they reach, they can put their own cloth. So this is okay. But then making a rule, rejecting this rule for, I don't want to wear Vaishno dress around. All the time I will be in a Western dress, no devotional dress. There is a name Agar. I'm not able to follow these rules, so I give up these rules. No, there is name Agra. Both should be avoided in all circumstances. These are the few things in between we have seen. Difference between rule and principle. It means we have to keep principle even if rules we have to change. Principles are like tower house. You cannot change that. You can change the direction of boat. You cannot change the tower house. You have heard this story. One big army officer and the Navy officer, there was light coming from opposite direction on radio. He said, you turned your direction. He said, I cannot. He said, do you know who am I am Field Marshal something. He said, still I cannot change direction. How come that? So angry. He said, because I am tower house. I cannot change direction. You have to change direction. Tower house means to give the light to the boat to where to go. The signal. You cannot change that. So principles are like tower house. They cannot change. Rules you can change. You have to come to this class. On the front there is too much mud, there's some bulls are there, but you have to come in a class. So you can go and come from this route. So you can change the route, but you cannot change the principle. So principles should be, principle means the rules and regulation given in the scripture. And rules are also given in the scripture, but they are less important than principle. So keeping principle always intact, we can adjust the rules. And that should not be extreme agraha or agraha. This is the one principle. Most important principle is this one. Always remember, Krishna never forget. For this one principle, we can break any rule. Any rule, because all the rules are servant of this one principle. So rules should be accepted based on this principle. We insist on rules without understanding the purpose or principle. Like I am chanting in the morning, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Somebody comes and gives me prasad. Now, two options I have. I have left hand free. I can get that prasad in left hand, but one should not accept prasad in left hand. This is a rule. But what I am doing with the right hand is chanting with the principle. Either I should ask him to wait till I finish my chanting, and then honor the prasad, just accept the prasad. I can accept the prasad and keep it till I finish. So sometimes we see people are doing this with left hand and say, he don't know rule. He broke the rule. But you don't know what he is doing with the other hand. One person was chanting with left hand. We don't know. What is this? What he's doing? He's breaking our rule. He don't have a right hand. What will he do? He don't have a right hand. He has to chant with left hand. At least he's chanting, but what is the problem? So principle he is following. Rule may be not possible. So this is agra means failure to accept. This is agraha means failure to accept. Because of why? Difficult to follow. I cannot get up in the morning, therefore I cannot go to Mangal Arati. It's a name agra. But Prabhupada was writing whole night book. He was not going for Mangal Arati. It's not name agra. Because he was doing a higher principle of writing, translating Bhagavatam whole night. You understand? So for him there was no problem, we don't come there. But with those who are sleeping, if they don't come, then it is neglecting the rule because of laziness. Right? So the rules are important to follow. Why rules are important to follow? The principle. Important is principle, that road. So road to reach the destination and cross the country. So you need a road for that purpose, but the principle is why you want to cross country. Which route you go, whichever is available. I want to go to, say, Nepal. I can drive my car, I can use that route, I can fly, I can go by bus, I can walk. But the goal is there. You can change your route, but the principle should be there. Rules are the best way to follow the principle. For following principle, the rules are good. The devotee's dress is a rule. It's good to follow the principle because posture affects the psychology. My own psychology. If you are in a devotee dress, you cannot do wrong thing in this street because people see the devotee. How come he's doing this? Once our sannyasi was asked by some church priest, he said, what is different between you and me? You are also head of your institute, I am head of my institute. He said, in my this sannyasi dress, if I go to McDonald's and get some meat, the whole group of religious people will reject me. It's a sannyasi doing this. But you go and buy and nobody say anything because this is allowed in your system. But because of my this dress, I cannot do this. So there is a difference. Your dress save you. In this dress, you cannot do nonsense. As a devotee, people say, what you are doing? You are a devotee. So, not one should not give up the devotional. So these are the two type of nem agraha and nem agraha. Both should be. Both are unfavorable for practice of devotional service. We should not be too enthusiastic simply to follow rules without understanding the purpose, and we should not give up rules for cheap things, for being lazy and for not able to follow that. At least we should not make other people to follow you like nonsense, okay? Then this is the last part of our purport.
So, in the beginning, as a practicing devotee, when we practice 16 rounds and come to the temple with Vaishnava attire and attend Mangalarti, so we may not know the philosophy or principle of this call, but we are trying to follow these regulative principles. So will that be considered as a niyamagraha?
He's a beginner, so we have to train him the everything. If he done doing mistake, we have to correct him. We should not call that he's nemagri. You can say he is a neophyte. He needs to be trained. But if one who is already trained is breaking the rules, or not following the rules, or only following the rules without the purpose, then it is dangerous for devotion. It will not help devotion to flourish or advance.
So even if we are practicing anything mechanically, will that be considered as niyamagraha?
Without knowing the purpose,
Yes.
if they are doing it, it is nemagra in one sense that they will not advance in devotional service. Many devotees knew Bhakta only come in Mangalarti because there is an attendance by the temple commander. They have no other interest. They show their face, get attendance, and they are not interested in any practice. So this is just following the rules without knowing the purpose.
But one day there is a chance, by practicing and practicing, one may come to that higher point, like understand the principle. But on the other hand, niyamagraha, that is directly we are rejecting the rules and regulations. So isn't it one has to be little superior and one should be inferior, because we are keeping both in the same category?
See, this is a one activity. If one is not aware of this, then he will either break the rule or he will follow the rule without understanding. Because of doing these two things, his progress in devotion will be very slow. Bhakti will not fructify. The seed, Bhakti Lata Beach, the seed of devotion will not fructify. He may be doing it, but it will not fructify. And we all are in that stage. We are doing devotion, but we are not having attachment, taste for holy name, Nam, Ruchi. No. Because we are still doing this mistake. And then last part of our purport is, Prabhupada is saying, this is only possible in Krishna conscious society as told in the Isha Upanishad. If the people want, the all wealth of the world belongs to Krishna, so it should be used for him only. Thus everyone has the right to live by utilizing wealth of Lord. The wealth of the world should be used for the welfare of all living entities. This is the art of scientifically utilizing Lord's property. But we should not take more than our maintenance, otherwise we are thief. Learning this art, people will not encroach upon another's right. And then an ideal society can be formed. The basic principle for such a spiritual society is stated in the first mantra of Sri Isha Upanishad, Isha Vasha Idam Sarva. So this is the last part. An ideal society can be formed. So here ends our second verse. Is it okay? There are two examples Prabhupada gave in our book about this type of society. What are the two examples? Bag of rice. Bag of rice you throw on the street. The donkey will only eat as much as he can. The sparrow will take crumbs, but the human being will take whole. So this is the ahar in one sense. This is the principle. Everything belongs to God. No, everything belongs to me. So this is the wrong principle. Number other example Prabhupada gave is $100 bill on the street. One will not look at it. It's not mine. One will take it and utilize it and enjoy. And one will take it and return it back to the owner. Who is the right? The third one. The first one, he takes and enjoy. He's a thief. The other one, he neglects it. So he don't know who is the owner. So he's ignorant. The third, he knows the owner. He takes the bill and hand over to the owner. So it means whatever property is in this material world, it belongs to Krishna. Some people use it for themselves. Their life is stealing the street $100. Some people are ignoring it. These are gyanis. Oh, this world is false. We don't have to do with this world. They are gyanis. The first are karmis actually. Second are gyanis. They don't know to whom it belongs. The third is a bhakta. He knows this all belongs to Krishna. So it should be used in service of Krishna. And because all are children of Krishna, so it should be used for the welfare of children of Krishna. It means living entities. So these are the two examples in this book. Are these two examples very clear to you? Okay, you have some drama for today? Huh? Yes, no?
Yes.
Which one? Okay, let us start the next verse today, at least this verse. Utsaha nishya dhairya tattat karma pravartana sangatyagat sato vrte Shadavir bhakti prasiddhyati Utsaha nishya dhairya Tattat karma pravartana Sangatyagat sato vritte Shadavir bhakti prasiddhyati Utsaha nishya dhairya Tattat karma pravartana Sangatyagat sato vritte Shadavir bhakti prasiddhyati One student. Utsaha nishya dhairya Tattat karma pravartana Sangatyagat sato vritte Shadavir bhakti prasiddhyati One Devi. Utsaha nishya dhairya Tattat karma pravartana Sangatyagat sato vritte Sarvir bhakti prasiddhyati Any common word in last verse and this verse? Sadvir. Huh? Sadvir bhakti. 6 activities in bhakti. Now, there was a vinashati, there is a prasiddhyati. Vinashati means destroy, prasiddhi means nourish. So now these are the 6 activities which nourishes bhakti. These 6 principles undoubtedly assure the complete success of pure devotional service. favorable for practicing pure devotional service. So last line is clear. Shadbir Bhaktir Prasidyati. Prakristena Rupena means complete. Pra means prakriste. Prakriste Rupena means completely, fully. Prasidyati. Par is gone. Siddhyati means perfection. One will get complete perfection. You know, Siddhi means perfection. And par means complete. Complete perfection. Now Prabhupada in the real word says complete success. Can you see? Prasidyati means complete. Pra means complete and Siddhyati means success. In your language you can learn this par siddhati, par siddhyati. Siddhi means perfection and par means complete. Prakrishena Rupena. Now what are these six? Utsaha, enthusiasm. Being enthusiastic. Nischya, endeavoring with confidence. Nischya means confidence. Dhairya, patient. Patient. I'm chanting for 10 years, there's no result. Have a patient. Dhairya. Tat karma pravartanat. Acting according to regular principles such as Sharavanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam. It means following rules and regulation. Tat karma pravartanat. Pravartanat means acting. Rules, following the rules and regulations. Sangha tyaga, giving up the bad association. What is the meaning here? Abandoning the association of non-devotees. And the last, this sato vrti, following the footsteps of previous acharya. Is it okay?
Yes.
So you know these six now. What are the items which or the activities which are favorable for devotion?
What's the difference in Tattva Karma Pravartanat and Sato?
Tat karma pravartanat means rules and regulation given by the scripture. Satovriti means sadhu who have taught us how to follow these rules. Because Shastra, Satovriti is Shastra, and Tat karma pravartanat is Shastra. Satovriti is sadhu. Like we need sadhu and Shastra both. Now Bhaktivinoda Thakur writes, the first half of this verse prescribe activities which are favorable for cultivation of devotional service. First two lines describe the activities necessary for favorable for practicing bhakti. Cultivation of bhakti. Prabhupada's purport is on cultivation in the beginning. Second half of this verse are the prescription meant to guide the life of a devotee. Prescription, like a doctor gives prescription. It means directions to guide the life of a devotee. Is it okay?
Confidence and faith are one and the same.
More or same, but there is a little difference. Shadhu Shabde, Shraddha Shabde Vishwas Kai. Shraddha is the beginning of the faith, and Shraddha Shabde Vishwas means, this is the word here, confidence, higher level of Shraddha. Faith, but with a higher level, more mature faith. Now we have this purport divided. First 4 paragraph, the process of bhakti. Process of bhakti is actually cultivation. Prabhupada is discussing cultivation. And there is one verse quoted in our purport here, which is the verse of Nectar of Devotion, and that's called Paribhas Sutra verse of the Nectar of Devotion, the central verse of Nectar of Devotion, which you have to memorize, forever, all the times. Paragraph number 5, 6 and 7, Utsa, enthusiasm. Paragraph number 8, Nischya, which means Nischya, and Dharya, which means patient and confident. Para number 9, Tat Tat Karma Pravartanad. It means following rules and regulation. Prabhupada writes in the purport, getting our Mangalarti, chanting rounds, attending class. This is Tat Tat Karma Pravartanad. Paragraph number 10, Sangha Tyagat, giving up bad association. And paragraph number 11 is Satovritti, following in the footstep of previous acharyas. And then 12 to 17 paragraph, almost 6, commentary by Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Srila Prabhupada, Anuvritti explanation. And the last paragraph number 18, conclusion. This is the breakdown of the topics in Srila Prabhupada's purport. Is it okay? This helps you actually what is written in which paragraph. This is the verse which you have to memorize. This is a verse from Nectar of Devotion. Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, this is a verse. So read this verse. Anya Vinashita Shunya Gyan Karma Dhyana Vritam Anukulena Krishnano Shilanam Bhaktir Uttama Anyabhilashita Sunyam Jnana Karma Dhyanavritam Anukulyena Krishnano Shilanam Bhaktir Uttama. Read. Recite.
Anyavilashita shunyam
Anyavilashita Sunyam
Jnana karmadi anavritam
Jnana Karmadi Anavritam
Anukulyena krishnano
Anukulyena Krishnano
Shilanam bhaktiruttama
Shilanam Bhaktiruttama Anyavilashita Sunyam Jnana Karmadi Anavritam Anukulyena Krishnano Shilanam Bhaktiruttama. This is the definition of pure, unalloyed devotional service by Srila Rupa Goswami. Definition of Uttama Bhakti. Uttam means topmost, Uttam means pure, Uttam means unalloyed. This verse has 2 parts. Srila Prabhupada is describing in our purport both parts. This verse has a primary characteristic of the bhakti. Primary characteristic, which means Swarupa Lakshan. And this verse has also secondary characteristic or Tatist Lakshan. Primary and secondary. Primary in Sanskrit is called Swarupa Lakshan. Without that, that thing does not exist. Secondary is to make that different from ordinary. It's a Uttam. So there is a ordinary bhakti. To make a difference between the ordinary and Uttam bhakti, there are secondary characteristics. Like I am giving you one example which our Acharya Jiva Goswami is given. In this sentence, what is the primary and what is secondary characteristic? Gopal goes regularly to school and he gets good marks. Which is primary and which is secondary?
Was regularly to school is primary.
Going regularly to school is primary. He goes to school, therefore he gets good marks. So secondary is getting good marks. Primary is going to school. So primary in this verse is Anukulyena Krishnanushilanam. Favorably cultivating devotional service to Krishna is primary characteristic of Uttama Bhakti. Is it okay? And Srila Prabhupada's purpose mostly is cultivation, which means activity. And cultivation means activity. Now, secondary characteristic are Anyabhilashita, Sunyam 1, Gyan Karmadi Anavritam 2. That topmost bhakti should be free from material desires, other material desires, and fruitive activities and desire to merge in the Brahma. That's Gyan. That bhakti is Uttama or topmost, which is free from other material desires, free from fruitive workers, fruitive mentality of going to heaven, free from speculative people following the path of Gyan to merge in the Brahma. Is it clear? Now read the definition from Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. The highest bhakti, Bhakti Uttama, is defined as continuous service or emotion, Anushilana. Is a service and also emotion. Because emotion is bhav. Service is Vaidhi Bhakti, emotion is Bhav Bhakti. Directed towards Krishna. It means Anushilana. This is the translation of Krishna Anushilana. And what Krishna includes is the expansion forms or other related to him like a spiritual master. They are all included in Krishna. Somebody is doing bhakti of Narsingha, it's also Uttam Bhakti. Is doing bhakti of Ram, it's also Uttam Bhakti. It means expansion of Krishna. And other related to him, Tadiya, like a spiritual master. With pleasing attitude, Anukulyena. Anukulyena means favorably disposed. To please the Lord. Now he should be free from. It should be devoid of desire other than desire to please Lord Krishna. Lord, Anyabhilashita Sunya. No other desire than to desire to please Krishna. Unobstructed by impersonal Gyan. The materialistic rituals of karma, Gyan, karma, adi mean other unfavorable acts like yoga and other things. Adi means other things. It should be free from all those. Is it okay? Now, This is not now. Let's open our book. Srila Prabhupada is starting. Now you have this translation very clear. 6 activities you should remember for always. Devotional service is not a matter of sentimental speculation or imaginative ecstasy. Then what is this? Its substance is practical activity, which means cultivation. And then this is definition by Rupa Goswami, just we read. Is it okay? Then the meaning of the Suktam Bhakti are in all devotional service unto. This is the definition, okay? Now we are going to the next paragraph. Bhakti is sort of cultivation, which means Anushilanam. As soon as we say cultivation, we must refer to activity. The cultivation of the spirituality does not mean sitting down idly for meditation, as some pseudo-yogis teach. Such idle meditation may be good for those who have not information of devotional service. And for this reason, it is sometimes recommended as a way to check distracting materialistic activities. Meditation means stopping all nonsensical activities, at least for time being. It's like that. In olden days in school, there was naughty child. Teacher used to get up, stand up, go and stand in the corner. Why? Meditate, remain silent, because he was disturbing others. So this is the negative aspect. He's not engaged positively. So this is the meditation is like that. Stop nonsense. But you are not doing anything practical. So it is not devotion. Now, devotional service, however, not only put an end to all nonsensical mundane activities, like so many nonsense all the devotee used to do before coming to Krishna consciousness, drinking tea, meat eating, and so many other nonsense things which everybody was doing before coming to Krishna consciousness. So simply devotion has stopped them automatically. But then this is a result of the yogis already achieved without any endeavor. But more important is, but also engage only in meaningful devotional activities. And therefore, Srila Prabhupada, which are meaningful activities they are engaged in? Prahlad Maharaj says 9 type of bhakti. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Padasevanam, Arjanam, Mandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atmavedam. So this is the 9 type of bhakti. Then the list of these 9 practices of bhakti, right? Hearing, chanting the glories, remembering. Anybody know the example of each?
First one, Sukdev was.
The first one, hearing, is Parikshit. Speaking is Sukdev. Remembering is Prahlad. Serving lotus feet is Lakshmi Devi. Worshipping deity is Prithu Maharaj, Padasevanam. No, Archanam. Offering obeisance unto the Lord. Vandanam. Vandanam, Akuru. Acting as Lord's servant, Dasyam, Hanuman. Making friend with Lord, Sakyam, Arjun. Surrendering oneself fully to the Lord, Bali Maharaj, Atma Nivedanam. It's okay? Now next question, I have to hear from whom? So Prabhupada says, Shravanam or hearing is the first step in acquiring transcendental knowledge. One should not give oral reception to unauthorized person, but should approach the proper person as men recommended in Bhagavad Gita. Tadvidhi pranipatena prashnena sevaya upadeshanti te jnanam jnaninam tattva darshana. Tadvidhi means the process for that is pranipatena, go and surrender yourself humbly. Pariprashnena, ask transcendental inquiries. Sevanam, render devotional service. It means follow his instruction. Upadekshanti, he will instruct you. He will instruct you. Jnanam, the knowledge. Jnaninas tattva darshana, he has seen the absolute. So just try to learn the truth by approaching a spiritual master, inquire from him submissively, and render service unto him. The self-realized soul can impart knowledge unto you because he has seen the truth. Okay, I think our time is over. It says, time to stand up. Move a little for a minute. Saying like that. So, we are ending on this paragraph. Then I think next is, still more is about why to approach. Another quote for approaching a spiritual master, and that is from Monduk Upanishad. Tad vijnanartham sa gurumeva bhigacche. Okay, now your drama. Okay, thank you.
So for that homework you have given two
What?
The homework that you gave, two principles from each this thing, so I got the correct answer from one of the devotee who has given me the mail from one of the preacher from Delhi School. So shall I read that?
Which one?
Two principles.
There is a devotional also in a Google, exactly from the Navadip Mandal Parikrama book. In that book, there is a description of two principles Mahaprabhu has accepted from four sampradayas. In that book, there is a quotation, so he has given that quotation. What is that? Give me. If I can read your language.
No, this is direct mail what my god brother has sent me, so I just brought it like that.
Okay. But Mataji will come 3 o'clock, Kirtan. What we are doing is wrong. Rama, this is same one. Yes. The Guru Parampara of the Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya established the link with the Brahma Madhva Sampradaya. Thus, along with the other 3 Sampradayas, Sri Sampradaya, Rudra Sampradaya, Kumar Sampradaya, the Brahma Sampradaya teaches Vedic culture to the world. There are also a few points of these 4 Sampradayas that were incorporated by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu into Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya. In the narration of Sri Navadip Dham Mahatmya, same thing. Sri Bhakti Vinod Thakur related the time when Sri Nityananda Prabhu took Srila Jiva Goswami on the tour. Herein it is mentioned how Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted 2 principles from each of the 4 sampradayas and incorporated these into his own sampradaya. It is also mentioned that the 4 principal acharya of these 4 lineage later took birth as Lord Chaitanya's devotees during his manifest Leela. And Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada, in the Yoga Peeth temple which he established, he kept the deities of all 4 acharyas there. The teaching of the 4 acharyas is like the milk coming from the 4 others of a cow. All the milk is same. It may be coming from each, which one? But the milk is milk. Same cow is giving milk. So ultimately these are Vaishnava Sampradaya coming from one Lord. So it may be different others of the cow, but the milk is same. It's like that. So Ramanuj of the Sri Sampradaya preached the philosophy of Dasyaras, servitude, and Vishesht Advait, Vishesh means special, Advait means non-difference. He was reborn as a Gaura Bhakt named Ananta, who lived near Vallabhacharya's house. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted following two principles from Lakshmi Sampradaya. Number one, concept of unalloyed devotion free from karma and gyan, ananya bhakti. Number two, service to the devotee, bhakta jana seva. These two from the Lakshmi Sampradaya, which means Sri Sampradaya Ramanujacharya. Madhva of the Brahma Sampradaya preached the Dvaita philosophy, two. It's living entity and Paramatma. The following points are accepted from this Sampradaya. The complete defeat of Mayavad philosophy. It means there is no oneness. Always there is Jiva and soul and super soul. Keval Advaita Nirasan. Keval only Advaita, one Nirasan. So he defeated that. The worship of the deity of Krishna and understanding it to be eternal Krishna Murti Sevan. It means Archa Vigraha Puja. So Archa Vigraha Puja and defeating a Mayavadi from Madhva. Vishnu Swami of the Rudra Sampradaya preached Shuddha Advaita, pure dual. Pure Advaita, pure oneness. He was reborn as Gaura Bhakt named Vallabha Bhatta, who is actually Vallabhacharya, who perfected his own sampradaya by Gauran's mercy. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted following from this sampradaya. Number one, the sentiment of total dependence on Krishna, tadiyaha sarvasya bhava, the path of spontaneous devotional service, raga marga. Nimbark of the Kumar Sampradaya preached the Dvaita, Advaita philosophy. He was reborn as the Gaura Bhakta named Keshav Kashmiri. Again, 2 points were accepted. The need of taking exclusive shelter of the Radhika, Ekanta Radhika Ashraya. The exalted mood of the gopis' love for Krishna, Gopi Bhav. They are from Nimbark. Then there's a verse. Anyway, these are the two. This is a bona fide from Bhaktivinoda Thakur. So you can write and keep for your reference. Hare Krishna. So now it is time for Kirtan, no drama. Tomorrow, drama. Okay? Hare Krishna.